Nigerian government through the Ministry of Environment has unveiled a rapid reference guide to combat wildlife and forest crime in Nigeria. The Minister of Environment, Mohammed Abdullahi, at the 2023 World Wildlife Day celebration in Abuja, said that Nigeria is at the brink of losing some species of plant and animal, hence the need to protect the nation's biodiversity. Benedict Uku has more on the story.
In Nigeria, many attempts have been made to conserve different species of plant and animal. 50 years after Nigerians signed into cities, today in Abuja, the federal government has taken another step by launching a rapid reference guide to combat wildlife and forest crime in the country. Speaking at the World Wildlife Day celebration, the Minister of Environment, Mohammed Abdullahi, represented by the Director of Forestry, Charles Kanu Ike, said that the effort needs to redouble to manage biodiversity conservation in the country.
Nigeria is actively in the spotlight of wildlife crime, which includes poaching, hunting, trading, consumption, and trafficking. We are on the brink of losing some endemic and iconic plant and animal species. Unless drastic action is taken as a country, transborder trafficking is assuming a dangerous position as Nigeria has been tagged transit hub for this illegality. This guide provides a handy compendium of laws pertaining to wildlife crime in the country. The Nigeria Customs Service, the National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency, the National Parks Service, prosecutors from the Federal Directorate of Public Prosecutions in the Federal Ministry of Justice, Interpol, Nigeria Financial Intelligence Unit, EFCC, amongst others, play key roles as enforcement and regulatory agencies in our national efforts to combat wildlife and forest crimes, as well as enforcing the law and effectively sanctioning offenders.
The United Nations on Drugs and Crime, on their part, called for well-established wildlife enforcement guidelines for wildlife conservation.
After just 18 months of using a similar guide in Kenya, the rate of conviction rose from 24% to over 80%, and the current rate sits at around 90%. Similarly, in Botswana, the rate of imprisonment for ivory-related cases rose from 13% to over 92% in just over a year, through the use of a specifically developed tool. So we are hopeful to see similar results in Nigeria, and UNODC stands ready to continue working with you and our other partners towards tangible results.
The Director General, National Orientation Agency, Garba Abari, spoke about the need to expand the frontier in partnership, sensitization, and awareness down to the local communities.
The theme, Partnership for Wildlife Preservation, could not have come at a better time than now. But we in the NOA realize the fact that this partnership must have to transcend beyond formal government institutions. We must learn to expand the frontiers of the partnership to involve civil society, to involve community leaders, where specifically wildlife abuse is most present. We must engage with societal ombudsmen. We must intensify sensitization and the advocacy and create sufficient networks.
The representative of National Park Service, Mohammed Kabir, pledged more support and collaboration in protecting over 70 national parks in Nigeria.
Apart from the 7 national parks we have in this country, 10 more have been established, bringing a number to 17. So with this number, we believe that a lot of effort would be put into managing the biodiversity in these areas. We have in the national park a lot of activities that we do in ensuring that these areas are protected. One of such is to ensure that all these areas within the management of the national parks are free from illegal activities. So the national park, in order to meet up to its obligation we have to form synergies, collaborations with other government agencies.
The theme of this year's celebration is Partnership for Wildlife Conservation, a call for partnership and collaboration in protecting wildlife in Nigeria.